So I have a theory on trusting your instincts. So when you first kind of start your spiritual walk, or you start your relationship with God, um, you're not very spiritually strong, and so your instincts are kind of misleading because the smallest things in the world can like trigger your instincts, like the smallest like manipulation game, or like the smallest um it's bullying. Like if someone like bullies you, or like basically the smallest disruptions in the world can like harm you and like can cause you um to like feel uneasy and stuff. Like basically like affect your emotions, and that trickles down into your instincts, and it messes up your instincts and stuff. But as you grow and as you learn about the world, and as you kind of have a relationship with God and he gives you wisdom, and he teaches you about like power games, the way the world works, how how social scenarios work, how like so many things in the world are actually like scams. And the point is, like, you become spiritually strong, and when God puts you through pain, you become more tolerant to the small, minute, useless things that shouldn't affect, that like would have affected you if you were spiritually weak, but now they don't affect you because they're so irrelevant to you. And that's when I think you can start trusting your instincts more, because you've been refined. It's like God has fine-tuned your instincts. Like, I study AI right now, and in AI you have like machine learning, and you have to like kind of tune the weights and the biases to make the like program the optimal, to like have the most optimal success rate. And I think it's like the same thing. It's like God, through giving you different experiences, giving you wisdom, giving you like sermons that people preach, giving you like books on like money, on business, on how to live your life. God doing all of that, it's like he's like fine tuning your weight. He's like fine tuning how you think, and you're being refined in the fire. And as you become refined in the fire, you realize that your instincts and your gut feeling is more accurate, is more true to God. Like, I think the definition of godliness is becoming more like God in every single way, and part of that is starting to think like God. So I think as God develops you, refines you, makes you more godly, you start to think more like God. And so therefore your natural instincts will become more like God's. And so therefore your natural instincts will become more reliable. And so that's why I think the idea of trusting your gut is not like is not a superstitious thing, or is not like a irrational, illogical thing. Because humans are animals at the end of the day, and we have been um like, our instincts are the things that as animals would have kept us alive. Like if we could sense some danger, um you know it would be like we would immediately do something. Like it has to be immediate, it has to be. And the thing is about instincts is it's not irrational, it's all based on past pattern recognitions that you have done in your life, that have now become like so intrinsically embedded into you that you don't even understand why you kind of sense something is wrong anymore, but you just sense something is wrong, and it actually is wrong, and it's because of the pattern recognition. It's all about the pattern recognition. And I think the point of God, walking with God, letting him be your uh Lord, and like letting him be your teacher and your guider and your shepherd, he will refine your instincts to the correct ways, to the correct things. And so therefore you can trust your instinct, knowing that God is with you, like knowing that those instincts are of God. But that only works if you know you're truly seeking God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and seeking like if you actually genuinely care about God. I think that's the only way your instincts will be fully trustworthy. And obviously, like, take this with a pinch of salt, because it's like everything you can like pray about things. Like if your instinct is truly strong, then like if it's something is really from God, then it won't go away. Like even if you try and let go of it, it will still linger in the back of your head. Like there's no way of getting rid of something that is from God. um like because people might be wondering, oh, like, is God calling me to do this? Does God want me to do this? Like, and a lot of the times we just have our own like thoughts and theories, right? So we we're kind of like, oh, that would be a good idea, but then a week later, like, you just completely forget about it. So that's probably not from God then, because it's like, yeah, it's not, it's just kind of irrelevant. But if you kind of have a good idea and then it still lingers in the back of your head, and then like you try and forget about it, but then 2 months later you start thinking about that same idea again, and then you don't really have time. Maybe you're studying, maybe you're working your job, so you forget about it, you put it in the back of your head, but it's still there. Like it never leaves. I think that is when you can kind of see that your instincts are being driven by something greater than you, because it's like you're not, like, you don't want that idea, but obviously, like, God is guiding you to have that idea. God is guiding your instincts to, for some reason, keep that idea. um and so I think that's when instincts are a very interesting thing. So yeah, to summarize, instincts are reliable because God has refined them, and instincts can guide you a lot. It can tell you, it can help you with your calling and your purpose, because God can give you instinctual desires that won't go away. Let me know your thoughts. God bless.